I seek refuge with Allah from the accursed shaitan. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. Indeed, Allah has heard the argument of the woman who pleaded with you, O Prophet, concerning her husband, and appealed to Allah. Allah has heard your exchange. Surely Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing. Those of you who sinfully divorce their wives by comparing them to their mothers should know that their wives are in no way their mothers. None can be their mothers except those who gave birth to them. What they say is certainly detestable and false. Yet Allah is truly ever pardoning, all forgiving. Those who divorce their wives in this manner, then wish to retract what they said, must free a slave before they touch each other. This penalty is meant to deter you, and Allah is all aware of what you do. But if the husband cannot afford this, let him then fast 2 consecutive months before the couple touch each other. But if he is unable to fast, then let him feed 60 poor people. This is to reaffirm your faith in Allah and His Messenger. These are the limits set by Allah, and the disbelievers will suffer a painful punishment. Indeed, those who defy Allah and His Messenger will be debased, just like those before them. We have certainly sent down clear revelations, and the disbelievers will suffer a humiliating punishment. On the day Allah resurrects them all together, He will then inform them of what they have done. Allah has kept account of it all, while they have forgotten it. For Allah is a witness over all things. Do you not see that Allah knows whatever is in the heavens, and whatever is on the earth? If 3 converse privately, He is their 4th. If 5, He is their 6th. Whether fewer or more, He is with them wherever they may be. Then on the day of judgment, He will inform them of what they have done. Surely Allah has perfect knowledge of all things. Have you not seen those who were forbidden from secret talks, yet they always return to what they were forbidden from, conspiring in sin, aggression, and disobedience to the Messenger? And when they come to you, O Prophet, they greet you not as Allah greets you, and say to one another, why does Allah not punish us for what we say? Hell is enough for them, they will burn in it. And what an evil destination. O believers, when you converse privately, let it not be for sin, aggression, or disobedience to the Messenger, but let it be for goodness and righteousness, and fear Allah, to whom you will all be gathered. Secret talks are only inspired by Satan to grieve the believers, yet he cannot harm them whatsoever except by Allah's will. So in Allah let the believers put their trust. O believers, when you are told to make room in gatherings, then do so. Allah will make room for you in His grace. And if you are told to rise, then do so. Allah will elevate those of you who are faithful, and raise those gifted with knowledge in rank. And Allah is all aware of what you do. O believers, when you consult the Messenger privately, give something in charity before your consultation. That is better and purer for you. But if you lack the means, then Allah is truly all-forgiving, most merciful. Are you afraid of spending in charity before your private consultations with Him? Since you are unable to do so, and Allah has turned to you in mercy, then continue to establish prayer, pay alms tax, and obey Allah and His Messenger. And Allah is all aware of what you do. Have you not seen those hypocrites who ally themselves with a people with whom Allah is displeased? They are neither with you nor with them, and they swear to lies knowingly. Allah has prepared for them a severe punishment. Evil indeed is what they do. They have made their false oaths as a shield, hindering others from the cause of Allah. So they will suffer a humiliating punishment. Neither their wealth nor children will be of any help to them against Allah whatsoever. It is they who will be the residents of the fire. They will be there forever. On the day Allah resurrects them all, they will falsely swear to Him as they swear to you, thinking they have something to stand on. Indeed, it is they who are the total liars. Satan has taken hold of them, causing them to forget the remembrance of Allah. They are the party of Satan. Surely Satan's party is bound to lose. As for those who defy Allah and His Messenger, they will definitely be among the most debased. Allah has decreed, I and my messengers will certainly prevail. Surely Allah is all-powerful, almighty. You will never find the people who truly believe in Allah and the last day loyal to those who defy Allah and His Messenger, even if they were their parents, children, siblings, or extended family. For those believers, Allah has instilled faith in their hearts and strengthened them with a spirit from Him. He will admit them into gardens under which rivers flow, to stay there forever. Allah is pleased with them, and they are pleased with him. They are the party of Allah. Indeed, Allah's party is bound to succeed. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful, whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth glorifies Allah, for He is the Almighty, All-Wise. He is the one who expelled the disbelievers of the people of the book from their homes for their first banishment ever. You never thought they would go, and they thought their strongholds would put them out of Allah's reach. But the decree of Allah came upon them from where they never expected, and He cast horror into their hearts, so they destroyed their houses with their own hands, and the hands of the believers. So take a lesson from this, O people of insight. Had Allah not decreed exile for them, He would have certainly punished them in this world, and in the hereafter they will suffer the punishment of the fire. This is because they defied Allah and His Messenger, and whoever defies Allah, then Allah is truly severe in punishment. Whatever palm trees you believers cut down or left standing intact, it was all by Allah's will, so that He might disgrace the rebellious. As for the gains Allah has turned over to His Messenger from them, you did not even spur on any horse or camel for such gains. But Allah gives authority to His messengers over whoever He wills, for Allah is most capable of everything. As for gains granted by Allah to His messenger from the people of other lands, they are for Allah and the messenger, His close relatives, orphans, the poor, and needy travelers, so that wealth may not merely circulate among your rich. Whatever the messenger gives you, take it, and whatever he forbids you from, leave it, and fear Allah. Surely Allah is severe in punishment. Some of the gains will be for poor immigrants who were driven out of their homes and wealth, seeking Allah's bounty and pleasure, and standing up for Allah and His messenger. They are the ones true in faith. As for those who had settled in the city and embraced the faith before the arrival of the immigrants, they love whoever immigrates to them, never having a desire in their hearts for whatever of the gains is given to the immigrants. They give the immigrants preference over themselves, even though they may be in need, and whoever is saved from the selfishness of their own souls, it is they who are truly successful, and those who come after them will pray, Our Lord, forgive us and our fellow believers who preceded us in faith, and do not allow bitterness into our hearts towards those who believe. Our Lord, indeed, You are ever gracious, most merciful. Have you, O Prophet, not seen the hypocrites who say to their fellow disbelievers from the people of the book, If you are expelled, we will certainly leave with you, and we will never obey anyone against you, and if you are fought against, we will surely help you. But Allah bears witness that they are truly liars. Indeed, if they are expelled, the hypocrites will never leave with them, and if they are fought against, the hypocrites will never help them, and even if the hypocrites did so, they would certainly flee. Then the disbelievers would be left with no help. Indeed, there is more fear in their hearts for you believers than for Allah. That is because they are a people who do not comprehend. Even united, they would not dare fight against you except from within fortified strongholds, or from behind walls. Their malice for each other is intense. You think they are united, yet their hearts are divided. That is because they are a people with no real understanding. They are both just like those who recently went down before them. They tasted the evil consequences of their doings, and they will suffer a painful punishment. They are like Satan when he lures someone to disbelieve. And after they have done so, he will say on Judgment Day, I have absolutely nothing to do with you. I truly fear Allah, the Lord of all worlds. So they will both end up in the fire, staying there forever. That is the reward of the wrongdoers. O believers, be mindful of Allah, and let every soul look to what deeds it has sent forth for tomorrow, and fear Allah, for certainly Allah is all aware of what you do. And do not be like those who forgot Allah, so He made them forget themselves. It is they who are truly rebellious. The residents of the fire cannot be equal to the residents of paradise. Only the residents of paradise will be successful. Had we sent down this Quran upon a mountain, you would have certainly seen it humbled and torn apart in awe of Allah. We set forth such comparisons for people, so perhaps they may reflect. He is Allah, there is no God worthy of worship except Him, knower of the seen and unseen. He is the most compassionate, most merciful. He is Allah, there is no God except Him, the King, the most holy, the all-perfect, the source of serenity, the watcher of all, the Almighty, the supreme in might, the majestic, Glorified is Allah far above what they associate with him in worship. He is Allah, the Creator, the Inventor, the Shaper. He alone has the most beautiful names. Whatever is in the heavens and the earth constantly glorifies him. And he is the Almighty, All-Wise. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful, O believers, do not take my enemies and yours as trusted allies, showing them affection even though they deny what has come to you of the truth. They drove the messenger and yourselves out of Mecca, simply for your belief in Allah, your Lord. If you truly immigrated to struggle in my cause and seek my pleasure, then do not take them as allies, disclosing secrets of the believers to the pagans out of affection for them, when I know best whatever you conceal and whatever you reveal. And whoever of you does this has truly strayed from the right way. If they gain the upper hand over you, they would be your open enemies, unleashing their hands and tongues to harm you, and wishing that you would abandon faith. Neither your relatives nor children will benefit you on Judgment Day. He will decide between you all, for Allah is all-seeing of what you do. You already have an excellent example in Abraham and those with him, when they said to their people, we totally dissociate ourselves from you and shun whatever idols you worship besides Allah. We reject you. The enmity and hatred that has arisen between us and you will last until you believe in Allah alone. The only exception is when Abraham said to his father, I will seek forgiveness for you, adding, but I cannot protect you from Allah at all. The believers prayed, Our Lord, in you we trust, and to you we always turn, and to you is the final return. Our Lord, do not subject us to the persecution of the disbelievers. Forgive us, our Lord, you alone are truly the Almighty, All-Wise. You certainly have an excellent example in them, for whoever has hope in Allah and the last day, but whoever turns away, then surely Allah alone is the self-sufficient, praiseworthy. In time, Allah may bring about goodwill between you and those of them you now hold as enemies, for Allah is most capable, and Allah is all-forgiving, most merciful. Allah does not forbid you from dealing kindly and fairly with those who have neither fought nor driven you out of your homes. Surely Allah loves those who are fair. Allah only forbids you from befriending those who have fought you for your faith, driven you out of your homes, or supported others in doing so, and whoever takes them as friends, then it is they who are the true wrongdoers. O believers, when the believing women come to you as immigrants, test their intentions. Their faith is best known to Allah, and if you find them to be believers, then do not send them back to the disbelievers. These women are not lawful wives for the disbelievers, nor are the disbelievers lawful husbands for them, but repay the disbelievers whatever dowries they had paid, and there is no blame on you if you marry these women as long as you pay them their dowries. And do not hold on to marriage with polytheistic women, but demand repayment of whatever dowries you had paid, and let the disbelievers do the same. That is the judgment of Allah. He judges between you, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. And if any of your wives desert you to the disbelievers, and later you take spoils from them, then pay those whose wives have gone the equivalent of whatever dowry they had paid, and be mindful of Allah, in whom you believe. O Prophet, when the believing women come to you, pledging to you that they will neither associate anything with Allah in worship, nor steal, nor fornicate, nor kill their children, nor falsely attribute illegitimate children to their husbands, nor disobey you in what is right, then accept their pledge, and ask Allah to forgive them. Surely Allah is all-forgiving, most merciful. O believers, do not ally yourselves with the people Allah is displeased with. They already have no hope for the hereafter, just like the disbelievers lying in their graves.